Welcome to Hollywood, California for Fringe Tonight Alive. Featuring Josh Brown and the Hollywood Sound and performers from across the 2024 Hollywood Fringe Festival. Now, your host, Alex Enriquez.
How's everybody doing tonight? Doing good? Welcome to Fringe Tonight Alive. Welcome to Hollywood, California, where the potholes are deeper and more compelling than the people. Thank you. Welcome to the Hollywood Fringe Festival, and the only talk show that's only about the Hollywood Fringe Festival, which is now celebrating 150 years. Don't backtrack that. It sounds good though, right? So we are featuring interviews and performances from my fellow Fringers from across the festival. It's going to be great. We have an interview with a new friend from across the pond. My friend Charlie is going to talk to you about his incredible show, Rock Bottom. Charlie Day is here. We also have the creator and the stars of the hit improv show, Law and Disorder, to tell you about how they do that. So, Kevin, James, and Jessica Zambrotta are here. And we also have a special performance from Aaron Brooks, some stand-up from Aaron Brooks. But this is a late night talk show. It's a very joke-dependent format, so I better like rip the Band-Aid off and do the jokes. This is my first Fringe show that I've ever done. I've never done a Fringe Festival show. Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you. You know, it's a very involved process. It's a lot. Frankly, it's a lot more involved than I was prepared for. Because there is such a thing as a Fringe Bible. And don't clench up, because I got worried. Don't worry. It's not like the real Bible. Because the people that know the most about the Fringe Bible aren't a total bummer at parties, and they tend to be almost uniformly actually doing the Lord's work. So let's give it up to the people running the Fringe. Really terrific work. But I will say that Fringe Bible it's chunky and it's obtuse, which are two very hurtful things you're not allowed to call a kid anymore, Grandma. No, I know, but it's fine. You know, it helps you grow. Shame helps you grow. That's what she said. I gotta be honest, I was a little nervous. Because, like I said, this is my first Fringe show, so I was dealing with a little nerves earlier, and I did the thing where you picture the audience naked. And then my wife caught me because she was like, he's been in the shower an awful long time. So no, I gotta say, what I think I want to do is maybe more for my benefit than for yours, but I want to demonstrate my bona fides. Like, okay, why I'm here, why I'm doing this, and why you should feel comfortable giving me an hour of your time. Okay, so like, first of all, Hollywood Fringe Festival. I live in Hollywood, okay, like, and real Hollywood, not the fake one they invented to confuse tourists. No. Real, in fact, you know what, my neighborhood is so Hollywood. Thank you for coming to rehearsal. My neighborhood is so Hollywood. We'll get there. It's so Hollywood that my neighbor walks her kid on leash and her dog off. Thank you. And that's not a bit. I saw it 3 Saturdays in a row in May. Actually, if I walk to the top of my block, I can see the Hollywood sign. And I'll say, it's nice to help. You know, it really helps him pull up the old jock strap for another day of getting my dick kicked in by this town. Because, frankly, sometimes I look at that sign and I squint and it just says, no thanks, Alex, we already have a Bobby Moynihan. It's a pleasure to follow that guy around town. Anyway, I've been to just about every comedy school in the city, all the sketch and improv places, and I failed out of half and got kicked out of the other half for fudgery. Don't look up fudgery. Wait, and I know you're saying to yourself, this is an industry town. Hollywood is about the industry. Hollywood Fringe Festival's got to be about the industry too. Well, I've been on TV a whole bunch. Okay. Anyone remember a little show called Psych? Okay. Well, then you have very good memories. That show premiered in like 2006. A key episode for me, though. And actually, a little more recently, I had a key scene in a little show, Amazon's Jury Duty. Oh, I'm sorry. I always mispronounce that. It's actually Emmy nominee Jury Duty. Yeah, no, thank you. I got it wrong again. Actually, it's Peabody Award winner Jury Duty. Yeah, that's an important one. Yeah. Thanks, and I'll accept that on behalf of the whole cast. It's really for all of us, including my co-star James Marsden. Thank you. Yeah, I'll say that he pulled me aside at a cast party, and he said, "Alex, I think you might be the greatest actor I've ever worked with." I think he was trying to sleep with me, but I don't. On another TV project, 100 Questions. I heard a questioning sound, which signifies to me. What show is that? Well, it's a little project that was canceled after 4 episodes on NBC, where I appeared as a bartender opposite Joe Manganiello. Yeah, oh no, right? Very beefy name drop. So, boys, beefy name drop music? This beefy name drop brought to you by Chomps, the official beef snack of beefy name drop. He does that every time. Joe told me I was the greatest actor he ever worked with, but I think he was trying to sleep with me. I have to say, relating all that to you, I'd feel a lot more confident in myself about the show, about my ability to deliver to you, because I've done my time in this. I've put my time into this town. That's the phrase. I've put my time in here, so I think that's about it to qualify me to be a late night. Well, actually, no. I like wearing suits, and I'm a secret control freak. That really rounds out my qualifications to be a late night talk show. Thank you. I've heard enough of me. You've heard enough of me. How about a little more from the hottest band in town, Josh Brown and the Hollywood Sound? You're not going to believe this? They're playing live. Josh, do me a favor. Can you introduce me to the rest of the band, please?
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, a loud Fringe Tonight Alive welcome for our wonderful guitarist, Mr. Tom Fox. And his pony constituent on the drums, Mr. Cooper.
I'll tell you this, and this is going to sound like an exaggeration, but Josh and the boys helped me believe in jazz again. I'm really excited to welcome my next guest, who I've known for a very long time. Jam. I said I'll say your name and then you come out.
Okay.
I know I just said your name right now, but don't you'll know when I say your name to come out.
Okay, but you didn't just say it.
I know, you'll know when I say it, okay? Okay. I'm so pleased to welcome my next guest, who I've known for a very long time. Please put your hands together for my cousin Jam. My cousin Jam, everybody! Hey, Jam, come out. I said your name. Come out now. Yeah.
I'm the Jam.
Oh, God. Hey, are you? Okay. Oh, of course. You're.
It's the heels.
Okay.
How to show off these gams.
Thank you, Jam. Okay.
Thanks for having me, Alex.
No, of course, Jam. I've got to say, everybody in the family is so excited for us to finally share a stage together.
Well, I always knew I would be famous.
Okay. So you were gonna treat us to some toots from your magical flute. Did you bring your flute with you?
Oh, no, I'm gonna do a song.
Right, with your flute. You were gonna do a song with your flute.
No. Hit it!
No, Jam. There's nothing to hit. You rehearsed a whole flute thing. And by the way, I'm sorry, we've been trying to tell you for years, what you play is a recorder, not a flute.
Whatever, acapella anyway! Another day been watching me go down. I never heard the ground.
My cousin Jam, everyone. Wasn't that great? Yeah.
No, I haven't even gotten to the dance section. I call it the cheeky conga.
Oh, hey, Jam. Well, you know I can't stand a conga.
Fine. Can I play your drums again, Mr. Drummer Man?
Well, I appreciate you asking. You know this name, Jam. Absolutely not.
Fine. Josh, you want me to trom on that bone?
That's a big no doubt.
Look, Jam, you told me you learned Aladdin on the flute.
Okay.
Look, I just got this is, I'm just trying to do that for the family. I'm the comedy one. You're the
Wow.
flute one.
So
where's the flute?
I just thought that maybe you could share the spotlight,
And
Alex.
that's what I'm doing. And we rehearsed a whole flute thing, and there's no flute. So I'm just, we're
I
a whole.
can show you the world.
I think it's time to go. Come on.
Hey, you limp piece of Canadian bacon, I will go once I have shown this little light of mine.
Okay, Jam, just do the conga. Just go ahead. Go, yeah. Go.
One and... It's confession time. I have zero talent, so I can't flute worse than toot, can't gaga. I would have really gummed up your bone, Josh. I will just take the L, Alex, okay? You are the true star of the family anyway, so just promise me you will never forget me.
Okay, Jam, I could never forget you, Jam. You're literally the weirdest person I've ever met. I've been trying to forget you since you came out here.
Oh, thanks, Alex.
No, I know. But Jam, I gotta tell you, you in the family make me look like I got all my shit together. I mean, Uncle Ruben hasn't asked me if I have a backup plan for acting in like 5 years.
I am a bit of a loose cannon.
I mean, you know what? I think you're awesome, Cousin Jam. Everybody, my Cousin Jam. Yeah.
Thank you!
You know what? We'll be right back after these messages.
Oh, thanks, Alex. Hi, I'm Alex Enriquez. Tonight's episode of Fringe Tonight Alive is brought to you by keeping your shirt tucked in. You cannot imagine the lengths that I go to.
My next guest came all the way from England here to tell you about his show Rock Bottom, and I'm here to tell him we respect no king in this country other than the Burger King. Please put your hands together for Charlie Day. All right, so all joking aside, I want to start at the beginning for you because your show is based on a Shakespearean play. It's based on the character Bottom from Midsummer Night's Dream. I didn't go to college?
Yeah, that's
Yeah, okay.
very impressive.
Yeah, thank you. So I want to start at the beginning. with Shakespeare, and I want if you can recall your first meaningful exposure and your background, maybe where does Shakespeare enter into it for you? Because for me, it was a word that I responded to with "How hard?" And now I was in my early 30s when I did that. So, just where do you get into Shakespeare from?
Well, in England, it's shoved down your throat as you're born and it's have you heard of this old guy that's written some stuff?
Yeah.
You should love him.
Yeah, we get Jesus here, but I get it.
And they look similar and all.
Oh yeah, no, the little facial hair thing, but yeah, no, sorry, go ahead.
And a lot of it is very much everyone in England kind of goes, oh, I hate that guy. What an asshole. You know, it's awful because you have to read these words and then they're long words and they don't make sense. You know, they're in order, but it doesn't make sense to us as human beings.
Well, Charlie, you're 3,000 miles closer to where they invented them. How do you think we feel? We have 5% command of the English language here, and you all Shakespeare invented words we use every day, and I gotta say it's one of those fun things about the English American kind of contradiction that we see you all doing Shakespeare all the time, and we go, oh, they're so cultured. But for you, it's just nationalism, or
Am I getting cancelled? Is that what's happening now?
Depends on how you answer this question. But no, that is interesting to me that too, because your play is an adaptation. You chop and screw Shakespeare in the way that all those teachers were trying to convince us in the 90s that Shakespeare was the original rapper. You have adapted it. So does that come from this idea that it's been so shoved down your throat that you have to do something with it?
I guess, I mean, it's not from teachers in the 90s, unlike you, I wasn't alive then. That's that British sense of humour.
And he means the 1890s, because I'm very much older than Charlie, but no, I get it, I get you. Okay, shots fired.
I mean, a lot of it comes from people being a lot of my friends hate Shakespeare, and I kind of get it, because the Shakespeare we get is often in a classroom with a book and untrained actors, kids, right?
Yeah.
Having to read the lines, sight read it, do you know what I mean? And you take your favorite film, you give that to a bunch of school kids and say, can you sight read this? And see if you still love it.
Oh yeah.
Of course you're gonna hate it and go, that is the worst thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
And, especially when you get, this might be the thing that gets me cancelled back in England, especially when you get people like the RSC and the Globe, doing these versions of it where they wear tights and ruffs and talk like this, and it's just nonsense.
Yeah, it is, but it's also, I feel like when you can see a performer who does kind of untangle it, it is like watching somebody who's able to kind of articulate a foreign language in a way you understand. I will say that I got that from your show. I've got a very minuscule familiarity with Shakespeare, but I know it must be hard to do your own material in iambic pentameter like you did, right? You do an extended portion in your own Shakespearean meter.
Yeah, it's incredibly impressive.
That's no, right? That's no mean feat. And I think, baseline, it's got to be the product of better public schooling, I just assume. But no, I think it's that was the thing that I was most struck by almost. It is such a smart piece in the best way, because I don't think you can't leave the thing going oh. If you want, you can draw all those extractions from it, but it's so nicely accessible on a certain level, and I mean that as a pure compliment.
Yeah, thank you. I did a master's in Shakespeare back in England. That is an odd thing to whoop for.
Hey,
thank you.
You're here. I have a master's in KFC. It's not.
Yeah, you got.
Thank you. Yeah. See? Bigger cheer, bigger whoop for the masters of KFC.
That's how I know I'm in Hollywood. It's the whoops. It's insane. You guys celebrate things. This is great. Yeah. In England, we go, yes, okay, well done. It's good for you. Well done.
I will say,
go with your life.
Katie Rose, my wife, and I did some performing. She took her show overseas, and the British audiences are very like. You come backstage, you're like, I think I need to give this up, and you go into the lobby, and they will tell you that might be the greatest performance I've ever seen. What?
Yeah, but they've been mad dogging you the whole show.
Yes, exactly. You're like, I think I'm gonna call my dad and tell him, well, it didn't work. Can I just ask you? I think you're being a little humble right now because you are somebody who did perform in the Globe Theater.
Yes, I did.
Right? Yeah. You did Shakespeare in the Globe Theater.
I did, indeed.
Thank you. Right? Well, you wait. Josh is from the Commonwealth. He has to. Yeah. And here's a interesting thing, and this is true. Shakespeare lost the original deed on the old Globe Theater on a bet, and the original one is an old car dealership now. They converted it.
I mean, I don't know if you're making a joke because it's actually not where it used to be.
It's in my. They're saying it's in my notes. Yeah. So what is it? What is it like? Because I think you enter into being a performer, and for my access point, I don't ever think and then I'll also be like glancing blows with the history of my profession. Like, how does it feel to be in the Globe Theater?
It feels pretty insane. I mean, you go out and you do a rehearsal on the stage, and there's people having a tour of it, and I tell you, there's no better ego boost than a tour happening and them saying, yes, and this is the stage, and it was built in blah, 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 blah. And then you start doing a speech, and they shut up and go, let's listen to him. And you go, yeah, let's listen to me.
Yeah.
Good feeling.
And I'll say this, it's worth their time to listen to you. This is verified, by the way. I came out of your show the other night, and I was talking to somebody who, I didn't know this, but this person claims to have the record for the most Hollywood Fringe shows seen in a day.
Right.
In the year. They saw something like 80 shows in the year. And he and I both agreed that your show is something that has like the absolute spirit of a Fringe show. Like, it is a totemic, from its subject matter to its staging to the creativity behind how you do it yourself. It's an incredibly fringy show, and I want you to take that as the ultimate compliment that it is.
I will. I mean, I guess I've done it for 3 years, and I've done it at Edinburgh Fringe twice, and lots of fringes around the UK. So I guess it makes sense that it's very fringy, wouldn't it? You know what I mean? If it's done that many shows at the Fringe.
Yeah, you've distilled it through that filter. It's got to be. So when you're in the studio here at the Broadwater? How many more performances do you have coming up? Do you have what's the next performance people can check out?
Yeah, I've got 4 more shows. The next one is on Saturday at 5:30, which is weirdly early for my show. I'm usually performing to drunk people in the middle of the night.
But if you get drunk before his show, have fun.
Yeah, right, yeah. But yeah, Saturday at 5:30, that's the next one.
And that's right here in the studio space at the Broadwater. Please put your hands together for my good friend Charlie Day. We'll be right back after another word from our sponsors.
Very interesting point, Alex. Hi, I'm Alex Enriquez. Tonight's episode of Fringe Tonight Alive is brought to you by Domino's. Mamma mia, that's Italian. And Disney Marvel Studios presents Coca-Cola the Dog, the movie. And by Cowboy Boots. Cowboy Boots. Your wife thinks you'll look ridiculous, but you know your ass is gonna look terrific. Bet she didn't think of that.
Okay.
This is my good friend Joe.
Okay, cool. Hey.
He runs the Hollywood Fringe show, Gameshow.
Hello.
He's gonna run you through a little bit of an exciting Fringe show.
Cool. Okay, cool. All right, so I'm gonna. So this is team 1. This is team 2. Okay, so I'm gonna do a game. I'm gonna do a game called the hand game. I'm gonna teach you a couple rules, super quick. So I'm gonna get out of the light, and so here's what we're gonna do. So there's one way to win the game. You got to be the only one in the audience raising one hand. All right? If you're the only one raising one hand, you win the game, right? To play safe, just put two hands up. All right? And then if you think somebody else is going to be putting one hand up, you can block it. If you're the only one putting one hand up, you win. If you block and nobody else is putting one hand up, and no one's put a hand up, you're out of the game as well, right? So if you block and no one's one up, you're out of the game. Does that make sense? Sorta? Sure. Sorta? All right. If you don't know what you're doing, just put two hands up. That's a safe move. All right? All right. And one if you think I'm going to be the only one to do it. Okay. 1, 2, 3, go. All right. We have a single one hand. We have two. Anyone with one hand up, you're out of the game. All right. Ready? All right. So you're out. All right. Ready? Go. All right. So hands up. Hands up. Sorry. Hands up. Okay. 1, 2, 3, go. All right, what do we got? Okay, we got a one hand. Any one hands, you're out. Any one hands, you're out. Okay, let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, go. All right, what do we got? What do we got? Okay, we got a block, so one hands are out. 1, 2, 3, go. What do we got? What do we got? Okay, we have a block. Any single hands? Do I see a single hands? Blocks, you're out. 1, 2, 3, go. All right, what do we got? What do we got? We got hands. We got a single hand. Any other single hands? This guy moved. This was two single hands. This guy had a single hand. You guys, single hands, you're out. Single hands, you're out. 1, 2, 3, go. What do we got? What do we got? Okay, we have one single. We got one single. We got one. That's the winner. That's the winner. So, there it is. 10 points to this team. 10 points to this team here. All right. Next game here. Next game here. $10 points. All right. What else we got here? All right. I probably got time for. But let's see. Let's do, what do we got? Okay, okay, you're competing, who can make the strangest noise? Strangest noise, someone from each team make a strange noise. I hear a weird laugh. Okay, oh yeah. All right, versus. I mean, can you rebuttal that? I don't know what that was. I'm giving it over here. Okay, 20 to 10. Actually, okay, let's finish this. Let's finish this with can you play with that funky music again and just kind of just run through it, right? Okay. Oh, that's good. All right, there's my beautiful dance. Okay. We'll make this 20 points so there's a winner regardless on this, okay? So, you guys can collectively figure this out. How many times did I wink in that? How many times did I wink? All right, so go ahead. You guys can shout amongst yourself, but give me. You got 10 seconds to decide everything. 26. Huh? Okay. So what do you got? So you guys going? Okay, so
17. 18.
What are you guys going with?
11.
We got 11 and 18. It was exactly 11. I'm gonna give him that. I'm gonna call that the mini game show. Thank you.
Joe, thank you so much for Tell the people when your next show is.
So it's Tuesday the 18th. I have 4 more shows left. Show's called Gameshow. So I have a couple Sunday matinee shows. I got a late night Thursday night show, but Tuesday show's like 9:30. So there you go. Thank you so much.
A lot of fun. This guy knows what the hell he's doing because I had to run out to get the prep for the next piece, and he just totally covered. So give it up another time for Gameshow. For the next piece, I do need a volunteer from the audience who has a fringe show they need to promote. Does anybody? Could you help me out, please? Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Okay, what's your name?
Sydney.
Sydney, I'm Alex.
Hi,
So good to
Alex.
meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So you have a fringe show?
I do.
Okay, what's your fringe show called?
It's called Tight 5.
Tide 5. And where is it?
It's at the studio, around the corner.
All right, love that. When's your next show?
Saturday night at 10:30.
Okay, Tide 5, studio, 10:30. I wish we could let you plug. I just can't. We don't have time. I'm so sorry. But I do need help with we got some updates from Fringe Central.
Yeah.
Safety and some health regulations and stuff. They need me to have a witness, another Fringer. So do you mind putting your hand on the Newton's Telecom Dictionary? Sorry. And raise your other hand. Repeat after me.
Uh-huh.
I, Sydney,
I, Sydney,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
to protect this bit from any fudgery.
to protect this bit from said fudgery.
Yes. So help me God, or whatever I believe in, which could be nothing.
So help me all the things.
Yes. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you. So I have to read these safety updates. You stay right here with me. Okay. So Fringe Central wants to officially state that these are not official statements, and that's official. So I'm glad to have a fellow Fringer up here for this. Fringe Central supports the vets, except that one at Laurel Animal Hospital who wouldn't write our executive director's boyfriend a weed card recommendation. Yeah. Ooh, always lift with your back because you don't want to blow out a knee. That's what. Fringe Central wants to note that the following topics are not allowed to be covered in the Hollywood Fringe Festival. The Snapple lady. No, she knows what she did. The ethical implications of the Fast and the Furious franchise. I've never seen them, but I abstain. You're not allowed to do a show about the things that give you the ick. It's last minute. These are just updates. Actually, they wanted me to have the witness read this last item right here.
Fudgery, butt fudgery, and peanut butter butt fudgery.
Yeah. If you cover any of those topics, they will ruin you. So just make sure. Does Type 5 feature any peanut butter butt fudgery?
Absolutely not.
Okay, good. And again, you're in the studio here at the Broadwater.
You got the Broadwater.
Saturday, 10:30. And another one after that. Do you have any?
We got 6 shows. So we're all the whole last weekend and Juneteenth.
Especially with that, I wish I could let you promote your show on this show. It's just, you're so short on time. If any of you suffer from heartburn, this will be pertinent. The official proton pump inhibitor of Hollywood Fringe is Protonics. Protonics, tonight we ride for victory. Our official networking event is scheduled for June 29th. Attendance is mandatory or they will ruin you. Hollywood Fringe wants to discourage you from drinking and driving. But they want to remind you, if you must drive drunk, drive very fast. Getting home faster helps minimize time on the road, which is where most of the accidents happen. So thank you so much for reading those Fringe updates with me. Give it up for Sydney with Type 5. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
And now I will read a prepared statement. Alex Enriquez does not represent the thoughts and opinions of the Broadwater, Fringe Tonight Alive, or Big PB Energy LLC. Hi, Alex Enriquez here. Tonight's episode of Fringe Tonight Alive is brought to you by Uncle Rick Caruso's The Grove, Uncle Rick Caruso's The Americana at Brand, and Uncle Rick Caruso's The LA City Hall at the Commons at Valencia. And by my lawsuit. Who can I sue if my reputation was shattered because of, let's call it a misunderstanding, at the zoo? Can you sue an ape? More importantly, who put the ape in the dress? These and many other legal conundrums will be settled with your help, and there might be a little dough in it for you as well. If you or anyone you know is an expert in the law of zoo fuck-ups, please visit the URL sexyapemishap.boat.party. Thanks for your help. And to be clear, the ape was sexy. What happened between us was not.
Thanks, Alex. Our next guests are the creator and stars, respectively, of the hit improv show in the Hollywood Fringe, Law and Disorder. Here to tell you about it are Jessica Zambrotta and Kevin James Middlebrooks. Thank you. Hey. Give it up for Kevin James. Jessica. Jessica doesn't look familiar to anybody. Give it up. No. You don't know her. Hi, how you doing? So I want to ask the both of you, is this either of your first Hollywood Fringes?
Yes.
Is yours first? Is it your first?
First.
Not my first, sorry. I'm a little used. Just a little, though, that's fine. Isn't everybody in this town though?
Yeah.
That's the.
I like to think recycled, maybe.
Oh, even better, because that means we're good for the environment.
Right.
Yeah. So Kevin,
Yes.
you created Law and Disorder, and thus are actively courting a lawsuit.
Yes, I am.
So can you tell us a little bit about the show, the process? Just kind of lay the groundwork for us who don't know about Law and Disorder, because I have no idea about what the show is.
Of course, yes. You know nothing about it. We, myself and Peter Flouet, I don't know if anybody knows that guy. God rest his soul.
Just one of the Carolinas, not heaven.
Yeah, he moved out of LA. We got together and wanted to come up with a fun, basically improv form. And I originally had ideas that were trying to make fun of the police show. We wanted to do Brooklyn Nine-Nine or something like that. And then the brilliant idea came up of, why not do something that's not funny? As in the show isn't funny, so
You're right,
we can be
right.
yeah. And it was like Law and Order. Everybody knows what that is. Like if I asked, what's the sound for Law and Order? What would you guys say? There it is. We can't make that sound, you can.
Yeah. No, it's actually, we're not allowed to, or they'll cancel the show. So,
And by they, we mean Dick Wolf.
Yes.
yeah. He's the most powerful dick in Hollywood.
Yes. That and I recently, or my wife recently had a child. And I quite honestly needed to get out of the house.
I was gonna ask, because I'm having a hard enough time wrangling this amount of personnel into a Hollywood Fringe show, and I'm not raising another human being. Where do you find the time?
I do not. My wife is doing it all.
Oh, hey, you don't get it for wives. Yeah.
Please back to my wife.
I am this isn't your story, but I'm the beneficiary of a wife who has, I'll say this, her worst quality by far is her taste in men. So I'm very, very lucky. And I'm also very, very lucky that my wife introduced me to Jessica, because she is somebody who I've come to, frankly, rely on very much in the performing space, as you saw earlier. Jessica, why don't you tell us a little bit about what brings you to Los Angeles? Because you're an East Coast transplant, right?
Yeah.
And you're also somebody who just has all of the improv experience, right? You're a teacher, you're a performer, everything. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, I mean, like many a person probably here in the audience came out here to, do some creative stuff and teach improv and do improv. And this has been such an amazing opportunity because I feel like we're such a fun group of people from, there's so many different improv schools here in LA, in the United States, from Groundlings to UCB to IO, Second City, I could go on. So it's nice because I've been able to, having not been here very long, only, I guess, under 2 years, I've been able to meet a lot more people in this part of the industry, which is nice to make those connections.
I mean, I will say this too, kind of further your point. Everybody in the cast, I'm in Law and Disorder. I don't know if you can tell. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. But none of us share a background, and I think Jessica and I are the only people who knew each other before we joined the cast. Actually, everybody only knows KJ because KJ knows everybody. I'm sure there's somebody who randomly came to this show tonight and is like, "Oh, Kevin's here," right? Yeah, exactly. So. Can I ask without, I know you're a husband and a father, but how do you know so many people?
I'm a slut. I'm a great.
Okay, no, that's like, I thought so.
Yeah, I get around.
Because that's, that's how I wanted to know so many people, it just never worked out. Jessica, I do want to say, like, your talent is so manifold to me. I see you do like so many different kinds of characters. Where do you find you draw the most inspiration from? Is it like a family thing? Are you like somebody who sits at a coffee shop and is like, oh, I got to do them tomorrow? Or where's the big draw from?
Honestly, customer service. Having worked customer service, you meet lots of people, and it only takes like those small little interactions of people's, mannerisms or something where you're like, that was a little weird. I like it, and then sort of playing with that, I guess.
Yeah,
I like being weirdos.
She plays a great weirdo. My wife takes pictures of every show, and by far the best freeze frames are just Jessica being in character. KJ, I don't want to out you, but are you a Burning Man person?
Yes, I am.
Yes, okay. Anybody else here a burner?
You didn't know that? Yeah. Again, that goes into the whole I get around. Yeah, I created a camp at Burning Man for 7 years. I went to the burn for 13. So I'm one of those guys, yeah. Hi.
This is great.
And he's sitting up here in that suit like la-di-da. Can you fucking believe it? Hey, and by the way, we're doing a show a half hour after this one ends.
Yes, we are.
And if you come from this show,
You get in 3! Just say, so that's Tonight Alive.
Law and Disorder tonight in the main stage at the Broadwater. I want to thank very much Jessica Zambrotta and Kevin James Middlebrooks. Put your hands together. Thank you very much. Yeah, see you soon. I won't be late. We'll be right back after another word from our sponsors.
Powerful stuff, Alex. And may I just add that it's clear the time you took to reflect on your past actions has clearly done you a world of good. May Christ continue to light your path. Hi, still Alex Enriquez. You know, it would really help the show if you went online and left a review for us. Online. Reviewing Fringe shows helps let new people know about shows, and it can make us feel pretty good as well. So we've set up a URL to help you do just that. Please visit sexyapemishap.vote.party and leave a review. Thanks.
Wait, it's the same website?
Yeah. We got a deal.
Thank you, Alex. Our next guest came in at short notice just to show me up in men's formal wear. Please put your hands together for Mr. Aaron Brooks.
Oh, this is exciting to be here. Real quick, just for the record, my name's Aaron Foster, but it's okay, Bob, don't worry about it. Totally fine. I'm happy to be here, very happy to be here, in fact, because when I woke up this morning, I was immediately reminded, as I am most mornings, of the words of 18th century French philosopher Charles de Montesquieu. By the way, tell me if you've heard this. So Charlie said, "We should weep for men at their birth, not at their death." So who's ready to laugh? Just in case you missed it in the first joke, I will give you a quick heads up that I have been officially diagnosed with clinical depression. And I gotta be honest with you guys, I'm not super happy about it. My therapist is actually very concerned about me doing the Fringe in general because she said it seems like I get all of my self-worth from external validation, which essentially means that my mental and emotional stability is completely dependent upon whatever happens between me and you over the course of the next few minutes. But hey, that's my problem, not yours, don't worry. No pressure. Yeah, I've been dealing with this a long time. I've seen a lot of doctors. I've done a lot of treatments. I've tried most of the meds at one point or another in my life. I've been on Prozac, Zoloft, Wellbutrin, Lexapro, cocaine. No, I'm kidding around. I have never tried to treat my depression with Lexapro. Well, that's a new punchline. All right. Yeah, clinical depression. It's not great, but it's manageable. You know, it's not the end of the world. I do also have some social anxiety. When you combine those things, I gotta be honest, it's embarrassing, but like just leaving the house, interacting with other human beings becomes kind of a problem for me. I think that's why I'm such a big fan of texting, right? Everybody likes texting. I love it because there's no tone, there's no inflection, you can't see me, you can't hear me. Basically, it just removes all the human interaction from all of my human interaction. It's really fantastic. I'm a big fan, right? Because like, that's the beauty of the text. If you call me on the phone, well, first of all, fuck you. Who does that? I don't know, like the thing about the phone calls, it's like, it's an interruption, right? Even if I'm home alone, I'm still doing something. I'm reading, I'm washing dishes, I'm making myself cough in the mirror with my shirt off to see if my abs are coming in yet. They are not. People say abs are made in the kitchen. I don't think that's true. I'm in the kitchen all the time. It's where I keep my ice cream. I don't know. And look, I know I don't have to answer the phone when it rings. I know that. But, of course, I'm an actor, so I got to at least stop what I'm doing, see who's calling. If it's an LA number, you do have to answer, right? Because here's what happened to me. 2006, I had an audition and a callback for a little show you might have heard of called Desperate Housewives. I don't want to jinx it, but guys, I still haven't heard an official no. Send the vibes. This could be the one. That joke always does well in LA. You guys get it. I probably don't have to say this. It's probably pretty obvious. I am an optimist. Not a joke, but thank you. No, I really believe any situation, no matter what, if you look hard enough, there's always a silver lining. Now, with me and depression, it turns out it's actually kind of a fantastic pickup line because some women really like a project. And that's really good for me because everybody I have ever dated has said, Aaron, you're a lot of work. So, things are going good. Now, I'm not saying you can just be like, hi, my name's Aaron, I have depression. That doesn't work, okay? You gotta class it up a little bit, put a little polish on it, even though you're saying kind of the same thing. Like, here's what you gotta do. You gotta be like, I don't know. Sometimes I think I just feel things too deeply. Kablam! Now, that's funny. The funny thing about that is, that's me pretending to be sensitive and emotional, when in reality, I'm actually incredibly sensitive and emotional. But, because I was born in '72, I'm Gen X, right? And all we were taught to do with our feelings is just push it down, push it down, push it down, until, sure, eventually you have a heart attack in your early 50s, but... Shit. 52 on Saturday, that's not good. But, oh, thank you. Thank you. But here's the thing, I'm so good at hiding my emotions. This is just as an example. I could bomb tonight. You guys could heckle, boo me off stage. Although, please don't. But if that happened, I would walk out of here seemingly unfazed. However, because I would be very broken on the inside, I'd go to the nearest 7-Eleven. That's Sunset in La Brea. I've already done the math on that in case things go south. I'd buy a pint of Ben & Jerry's. I'd eat it while crying in my car and listening to Simon & Garfunkel's Bridge Over Troubled Water. And you're thinking, come on. I mean, how often do you really do something like that? Let me ask you a quick question. What's in your glove compartment? Because mine has 3 real metal spoons and a single left-handed glove so my hand doesn't get cold holding the container. Sorry, who do you think you're dealing with here? A goddamn amateur? Huh? No, I'm a professional, which means I know exactly what 7-Eleven really stands for. Whatever you buy there is going to give you 7 to 11 minutes of pure happiness before the shame and regret kick back in. And if you're thinking, oh, his time must be up, but you can't end on that, it's such a downer. My name's Aaron Foster. You guys have been amazing. Thank you very much, Aaron. Do it one more time for Aaron Foster. Aaron,
By the way, don't take me for getting his last name as a secret way to undercut somebody who's more handsome and funny than me. That wasn't what it was. Your show, I thought I was special.
I thought I was special.
In the studio.
In the studio.
When's your next show?
My next show is Sunday night at 9:30. It's pay what you want, pay what you can, do whatever. You also get a free chocolate chip cookie if you come.
Absolutely. Please give it up one more time for Mr. Aaron Foster. And that's it for our show. I want to thank you for coming. I want to thank Josh Brown of the Hollywood Sound. Tom Fox, Cooper Hopkins. I want to thank our director, Kate Frisbee. I want to thank Katie Rose Donahue, Enriquez, Stephanie Seibel, and Rich Sakai. I want to thank Jessica Zambrotta, Jared J. Middlebrooks, and Aaron Foster and Charlie Day for coming in, especially at the last minute like they did. I want to thank everybody for coming, and I want to encourage you to have a good rest of your Fringe. Thank you so much, and good night. That's Fringe Tonight Alive.